Okay, hello, I Choose Fit. I'm excited. This is our first Transformation Celebration, and I wanted to do this. I thought it was a great time to do this as we were finishing up the 6-week transformation contest, and also really just kicking off Thanksgiving and the holiday season. I love this time of year, especially November, and just the mindset around being thankful and having gratitude and showing that and appreciating that. And I just think what an amazing opportunity to do that here. So I wanted to take just a couple of minutes, and I've asked a couple of people to speak and share a little bit about their stories and their experience. But before I do that, I wanted to just tell you why I chose I Choose Fit for our boot camp. And some of you might know this, but probably a lot of you might not. And I think it's important because I really chose that name for this community because fitness is really encompassing in all aspects of your life, right? So, and I'm not just talking physical fitness, but, talking first about nutrition and fitness and how that helps you, to first of all, to be at a healthy weight, to feel good, to have energy. All of those things really catapult into self-confidence, into being happier, into being more productive, and being able to do more with your work and being more creative and being better in your relationships because you are happier and feel better about yourself and do feel like you can give more to other people. It just really encompasses every aspect of our life, doesn't it? When we are healthier and happier, it truly does give us the opportunity to live more fulfilled. And that's why I chose the I Choose Fit because, putting that fitness mindset first really allows us to be fit physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And that's really what this community is built to do, is to really help you to build and design a lifestyle in which you feel inspired and capable to go after the things that you want in your life. And that's a little bit different for everyone. So, and I love that because coming into this, it isn't about one plan fits all or one way to do things or you have to have specific goals. It really is about everyone being able to do what's important to them, right? To find that driving why, that purpose of what is important to you and moving towards that, the benefits that you want to have in your life and moving towards that too. So I wanted to share that, and I hope that you remember that as you think of I Choose Fit, as you think of choosing fit every day, what that really means, not just for your physical health and for staying away from doctors and being here on this earth a little bit longer, but being able to accomplish more of what you want to have that belief in the bigger goals and the things that you want in your life that you always have thought it would be nice, but maybe you thought you could never have. And I hope that a little piece of this trickles into different aspects of your life where you feel like you can go for it, where you feel like you can go for the things that you want to do and to be, and to just live happy, to live inspired, and to live grateful. And so I wanted to share that, and I'm going to pass the time over to Mary Ann actually for a few minutes. So Mary Ann was our outstanding challenger for the 6-week boot camp, and I'm going to let you tell your story a little bit, Mary Ann, as far as just your transformations as you started working on your health and fitness a little bit more. But I've also asked her to share with us a little bit about what I call stay power. Being able to overcome life, to overcome those things that come up and creep up that tend to get us off our goals, because it's easy to start, right? It's easy to be motivated to start when you really feel like you've got that reason why. It's another thing a few months later when it's not so new, when it gets a little bit harder or something's thrown in your track, to not revert back to those old habits and to keep moving forward and and making progress. And I think Marianne is just a shining example of that. And I've just been really inspired by her since meeting her and having her here on our team. So I'm going to pass it on to you, Marianne, and let you take a few minutes. Thank you so much for being willing to share your story.
No problem. I'm glad to do so. Let's see. I'm trying to do it without getting all the lights glaring everywhere. Well, I'm just really honored to be a part of the I Choose Fit team. I encountered Tina at a very opportune moment for me, purely by accident, which I think it might have been a coincidence, but I don't think it was. We sat next to each other on a plane. I was flying to visit my friend who was really ill, and I was on a plane where they were saying, there aren't going to be any empty seats, and so you might as well get comfy. And right as they said that, I looked up, and there was Tina, and I said, you want to come sit down next to me? And she did, and we got talking and talked the whole flight. And she told me about her work as a stay-at-home mom and a body beach coach. And it was exactly what I needed at the time, because I'd been working for a good 3 or 4 months and had been having more success than I've had in years, literally. But meeting her and learning about her approach and her challenges was just the boost that I needed to help me get over, or to help me with that stay power. Because like you said, Tina, you can sometimes get started and make some initial changes, but then you get bogged down into the life, real life getting in the way of your new thing. And it's really hard to keep going sometimes. But meeting her was just exactly the boost I needed to have some newness introduced into my program and some new challenges. Hi. I'm talking to the computer. Can you see Miss Tina right there?
Hi, Marcus.
Yeah, that's Marcus. He's 3. Say hi. Okay. So anyway, Tina introduced me to the challenges, and she got me into the Country Heat program, and it's just been great to have the community to check in on, to see how people are doing, to have the encouragement on a daily basis. And it really has meant to me that I was able to reach a goal that I never thought I would reach. My initial challenges, or my initial hope, was to take off about 40 pounds from where I was in January. And I've been able to take off 65 pounds from where I was in January. And I've been able to get into a size that I didn't even aim to get into, but it's so exciting for me. I had some pants I bought years ago that have been in a tote forever as my inspiration pants. They're probably out of style now, but I put them on the other day and they fit perfectly. And so I was just like, I don't care if these are out of style, I'm wearing them anyway. So it's been fantastic. And I've been living vicariously through Tina on her meal planning and using her meal plans for our family so that I have some go-to meals, and incorporating her prepping ideas into our family's lives. And so it just makes things so much easier and so much healthier. And I'm excited for the changes that we've seen. Don't touch the computer. So anyway, the stay power, I think, comes from having friends who are engaged. And for me, it comes with having success. Because when I battle I need to get healthier, and I don't. And so every Monday is I need to start today. It makes it just so tiring because you don't feel like you're making any progress. But when you're making progress, even if it's hard, even on those really hard days where you have the accountability of your team and you have the team that you're working with, and you think, I've got to stick with what I've committed to do because of my team, then that gets you over those bumps. And then you're able to have that stay power for when you wake up the next day and you think, oh, I didn't mess up yesterday. I stuck with it even though it was really, really hard. And that's where the team and the coach comes in really big for me, I think.
Awesome. So true. It's all we can do on our own. And a lot of times it would be so easy to just give up on ourselves, but you have somebody there that's cheering you on and a group of people cheering you on, and you know that they're pushing hard for goals too. And it makes just such a big difference. So awesome. Marianne, you just had such great successes. And I love that you have that positive focus to continue to celebrate that every single week. You have those little things and how much they mean, and I think it's just been wonderful to see you do that. So thank you. All right, Karen, I'm going to put you on the spot, but give you a couple minutes. But I'd love for you to just tell a little bit about your story, and just again, Karen's a mom of 6 kids. Like, she's just amazing. She works full time, and she's just done some things in her life to incorporate her family and her kids that really have helped. And I think that that's something that would be really valuable. So Karen, if you want to think on that, I'm going to share my screen really quick, because I also asked Liz if she would share a message with us of just what challenge groups really have meant to her, and having that group aspect, because she has been somebody who has tried to do it on her own before too. And she's also been somebody who's been in groups and led groups before for weight loss, and just been really successful every time she's done that. So I think it's so valuable what we have here to have this community. And I'm going to see if I can screen share my screen here so I can show you her message. She's on a date tonight, which is a worthy reason not to be here. So, but she left us a message here in the boot camp. So let me put this on here.
Hey everybody, my name's Liz Sorley, and I am a member of the I Choose Fit group, and I also just completed the 6-week Transformation Challenge, and I was supposed to come to the meeting tonight, but online, but my hubby and I are on our way on a date night. We're going to go to the movies, so I'm hoping that you guys will get this, and Tina will be able to show it to you guys. Anyway, she asked me to share my transformation story, and so I'm going to do that real quick with you guys. My name is Liz Sorley, and I live in Gilbert, Minnesota, and I've been married to my wonderful husband, Mike, for 28 years. We have a beautiful 26-year-old daughter, and I've struggled with my weight all my life. Finally, in 2003, I decided that I was going to do something drastic, and I decided I was going to have the lap band weight loss surgery. And I started jumping through all the hoops for the insurance company, and I got to where they decided they approved it. However, they didn't approve the lap band. They approved the gastric bypass surgery. And I was so desperate at the time, I just decided that that's what I wanted to do. So I went ahead and had the gastric bypass surgery. And within a year, I lost 150 pounds. And I swore to myself that I would never, I'd use everything that I learned, and I would use what I needed to never regain that and never come back to that, my all-time high weight. Well, what happened was I slowly started falling back into some of my old habits, and before I knew it, I had gained 5 pounds. And then 10 pounds, and then soon I had gained 50 pounds back. And I was miserable, and I didn't know, I started roller coaster dieting and trying to diet all over again. And I kept thinking, well, I had this tool, why can't I just lose the weight? Well, let's just fast forward now until just this last year, I reconnected with Tina on Facebook. And she introduced me to Beachbody and Shakeology, the fitness community. And I told her, I came up with every excuse in the book. It's too expensive. I just don't want to do this. I've tried protein shakes before. Nothing works. I had gastric bypass surgery. these protein shakes just go right through me. Forget it, you know. Well, I told her I had just had knee surgery. I was struggling with that. I just didn't want to do anything. Well, I decided that I was going to just start walking. I was going to do this on my own. And Tina supported me in that. And she told me that she wanted me, even though I wasn't going to share or do Beachbody or Shakeology, she wanted me to start sharing on Facebook. She wanted me to start connecting with everybody and letting everybody know what I was doing. And so I started doing that, and I started hearing a lot of good compliments and things from my friends. And people started really encouraging me and helping me along. Well, I decided that I would order Shakeology. And I ordered it, and I did the transformation. I got the product, and I started using it, and realized that this was not just a protein shake, that this was more than a protein shake. It was more of a nutrition shake and some of the things that my body needed. And I decided that this was something that I really wanted to do. So I joined the 6-week transformation. Yeah, I took all my pictures. I did everything that I was supposed to, and I got enrolled, and I started really working the system and really working the program. And I want to tell you, I didn't lose weight like I wanted to. My body just is holding on to it for some reason. But I lost over 21 inches all over. And so I call that a big success. And I think it's important that we all remember that, you know, just being, just having a team, being accountable, you know, putting it out there and having people be, know what I'm doing, share what I'm doing, and that being part of a fitness community, it just makes all the difference in the world. And so I decided that, you know, now I have some more tips and tools, and I also know how to, you know, with the support of the group and Team Core Power, I have the tools that I need. And so that's what I wanted to share with you guys tonight. All right, thanks. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
All right, good. She's such an amazing, she just has a gift to be able to inspire people, I think, and it's been really fun to see her just share that and gain that support and gain confidence in sharing that, right? A lot of times we're so hesitant to put our goals out there. I know I was, because I was afraid I wouldn't hit them. I was afraid I wouldn't be true to myself, you know, that because I really didn't believe in myself yet. And I just didn't, I wanted to lose weight for so many years and never did, and wanted to feel good about myself and my clothes and have more energy with my kids instead of just crashing from a 12-hour work day at home on the couch. And I didn't think that was possible. And you guys being in this group, being in this team, you know, fostering relationships with other people on the same mission that we are, and working towards the same things, and going through hard things and fighting old habits, you know, that are ingrained in us, and doing that together just makes things so much more positive and so much more doable, you know, because you're not alone, and you're seeing that if somebody else can do it, you can do it too. And I love that. I love that, and thank you, Liz, for sharing your story with that too. So, Karen, will you share with us for a few minutes? This is Karen Carter, coming to us from Illinois. Good friend from, used to live here in Murray, and it's been so fun. I mean, our friendship has grown more since you've moved away, which I love. I love that this has really happened, and just, again, that this just community really brings us together. in every way too. But Karen, I'd love for you to share a little bit of your story, because it's such an inspiration to hear from where you've come, you know, just how far you've come. So I'll let you share what you want to share.
All right. Well, I don't know too much what to say, but like Tina said, I'm a mom of 6 kids, and my youngest is 12 now. I've always kind of been on the heavier side growing up, and I knew that when I got married, my husband had to love me for who I was and not for my body. Anyway, after having 6 kids, I gained quite a bit of weight, and I kept telling my husband, I need to do something about this. And he goes, well, then do it. And I tried so many different things, and I couldn't ever do it because I didn't know how. And then I met Tina in Murray, what was it, about 6 years ago?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And, we served together, and so that's how I got to know her. And then we moved away because my husband got a job out here in Chicago. And we've been here now for about, 5 years. But in June, I saw Tina, posting all of these crazy videos of her exercising and, all of her inspirational thoughts. And I thought, that's pretty cool that someone could do that. And so I reached out to Tina, just saying, hi, how are you? And how you doing? And you got me started on this. I was very skeptical at first. And I started, I think the first time I tried it was June 20th of this year. And this far, I've lost 25 pounds. And quite a few inches. I'm not sure exactly how many inches, but I got down about a size and a half so far.
That's great.
I did it mostly just to kind of surprise my daughter, who was serving a mission for our church. She was coming home, and I wanted to surprise her. And at that time, I lost 20 pounds, and so it was cool. I've lost 5 since, but anyway, I've never felt better, and I'm still going strong, and I'm trying to figure out how to do this business so that I can pay for this stuff and stop working, because I didn't used to have to work. I was a stay-at-home mom up until my husband lost his job in about, I think it was 2008 or 2009. And that's why we moved to Utah. And that's when I started working. And we got here, and I had to continue working because Illinois is the highest tax state, I swear. And so you can't live on one income. And so I've had to work. And so my goal is to be able to quit working out in the corporate, and be able to stay home with my kids, because I can tell a difference, from when my older kids were young, I was staying home with them, and I can tell a difference now, by not being a stay-at-home mom, and I want to get it back. So that's why I'm doing this. So.
She's going to be the best fit mom doing it too, and that's the beauty of this, and doing this to help other people and inspiring other people, and in doing it for yourself. But what I really loved about when I first talked to Karen about joining our community and things, I loved her why, and I loved her visual of where she wanted to go. She knew the amount of weight that she wanted to lose, but she knew why. She knew how she wanted to feel when her daughter came home from her mission, and how she wanted that to feel for her. And that's just what it's all about, right? It's really just digging down into that benefits and really focusing on that makes a big difference to us being able to continue to do this. And I love to hear that. I love to hear the non-scale victories. I love to hear how people are feeling. And, crazy that you got your pants out, both of you guys, and that you never thought you would wear again, and there you are wearing them, and now you're visualizing yourself wearing even smaller clothes than that. It's just, we can love ourselves at any size that we are, but just seeing ourselves accomplish something that you just never thought possible is just amazing. It's just an amazing, amazing thing. And, I feel blessed to have this purpose and this passion for this, because it truly, truly makes a difference in people's life. It changes who they are and what they feel like they can be and to be about. So I'm so grateful that you guys are here and making an impact with that. So I just wanted to close, we're headed into Thanksgiving, and, just gratitude is such in my heart, and I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful to be able to lead this boot camp, to bring you guys together, and for everything that you guys share in supporting each other. Anytime anyone needs something, it's always, I love it, because, I typically only check in a few times a day, but when I do, and I've seen somebody struggle, you automatically think, oh no, wasn't I there right when they said that? But then I'll start reading through the comments, and, it's just support, or somebody saying the right thing. And I love that, because it wasn't my position to say the right thing to them. It was your guys's. This is your team. This is your community. This is our place to really make things possible that we want to accomplish in our lives. And I love that. I shared with the Team Core Power team today a couple of thoughts on goals and habits. And I just wanted to kind of end sharing a little bit of that with everyone here, because, the holidays can be a really tough time. And it's a time where, I used to always feel like, if I was going to enjoy myself through the holidays, it just meant that I kind of stopped working on my health and fitness, enjoyed the holidays, and then January 1, like everybody else, you would get back to it. And it's been so amazing to see the progress that you can make, and how good you can feel through this holiday season. And the thing that really helps us to do that is not to have a diet, but not to be on a diet, but to have a diet, right? And that comes with the focus on permanent change and changing your habits, not so much just accomplishing a goal or just losing weight. So I gave a few tips in there today, because I want us to foster that mindset of focusing on habits, focusing on the things that we want to continue forward in our life, right? Jeff Olson in The Slight Edge, he said, it's really just about doing the small things consistently, but they're easy to do, but they're also easy not to do. So a few things that I really want to have everyone commit to focusing on as we finish this year strong, is to drink 8 glasses of water, or drink half your body weight in water every single day, right? It just helps you to feel better and to have your systems running on full. To exercise 3 to 4 times a week. You guys, I know your routine's kind of put in a funk if you're traveling, or you've got family over, or you've got a lot more events, but doing that and pushing play at least 3 to 4 times a week keeps us in a position where we can feel our best, and we have that energy. We ward off all of these colds and illnesses, and are able to just keep ourselves in a much better place. Continue your personal development. I want you to have a book, something that's pushing you to improve in some area of your life where you need that best right now. And if you need a recommendation, or want some to kind of focus on specific areas, then reach out to me, because I'd love to help you select one, or kind of talk a little bit about some of the ones that I've read. But 2 that I really love, just as far as mindset around healthy living, is The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy and The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, just to translate into every aspect of your life. Make sure that you drink your Shakeology every single day. You guys, it's the best tool to help give your body what it needs inside out to really just start that process and the catalyst of everything else working for you nutritionally, because you feel great. You've got that energy. You've got your systems running efficiently, and you're giving your body what it needs first so it can react and tell you what it needs more of. So, and then check into the groups. Be present. Right? It's easy to kind of go away from that, but you staying here, right? Then the focus that we've had on being fully qualified, on being committed into these groups, really isn't just to check the box in the group. It's because when you do that, when you check that box for yourself, that you've done your workout, that you've drinking your Shakeology, that you're looking at those motivations and how you can incorporate more of this into your life, it means that it's important to you, right? You've made it a priority in your life to be accountable to that. And we all want that. It's something that we really all do want. So take that challenge, put those healthy habits into your life. Keep doing the small things, because small things will lead up to the big results. And it's fun to watch that happen over time, because we are, we're a nation of instant gratification. We want it all right now. But it's fun to see, as you kind of have that stay power, how much easier things get over time and how much stronger that we are. So thanks you guys for jumping on tonight. For all of you who couldn't be here live but watched this broadcast too, thank you. And Marianne, thank you for sharing your story. Karen, thank you for sharing your story. And Liz, thank you for sharing your story. And I'm excited to do more of these. I think these are really great times for us to get to know each other better, to really hear other stories, be able to relate to that, and to just really celebrate and rally together as a team towards this goal to live our healthiest and to inspire and help other people to do that too. So thank you. All right, we're going to jump off this broadcast here.